Jacob. I want to thank you for doing this vocational interview with me. And it'll take about 5 to 10 minutes. And I wanted to go over with you our informed consent form, which basically says that because I'm a student, I can't give you the legal, whatever we talk about, it's not going to be talked about. But I want you to know that I will only be sharing this with my classroom as for educational purposes. And if you agree to that, I'd like you to just sign right there where it says.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that. Okay. So, so you're an online student. Can you tell me about the differences between being an online student and brick and mortar locations?
Well, one of the things I've noticed is it is quieter so that I don't have people like talking and me hearing them due to my ears being sensitive. There's also the fact that because I'm at home and nobody's around except for the people who live here beside me, is there's really no bullying during it.
That sounds great. So is there anything that you don't like about it?
Well, there's the fact that a lot of the work is harder since I don't have anyone I know around other than than you guys, because like back in normal school I had other students to help me out.
Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know, Jacob. So you talk also about wanting to become a graphics designer. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, I've been deeply interested in video games and how they can be good for a lot of things. Like, for example, if we found out how to, like, actually create holographic things successfully, then, like, if we had schools that had that, then there would be less use of paper and more pressing buttons on holographic things. That way, there would be less use of natural things. That way, plants and all that would grow more often, and there'd be less trees and all that being cut down.
Okay, so let me see if I got this right. What you're saying is if we had a holographic format, the interface wouldn't use any like chemicals and stuff to build a tablet and whatnot. And so by doing that, we would save the environment by not having to dig up natural resources to make that. It would just be light. Is that correct?
Yes.
Interesting. Like that. So, what is it that you do in graphics design?
Well, graphics design has to do a lot with. There's a lot to it because sometimes templates are needed, sometimes they're not. Sometimes you just have to start from scratch with nothing. Because, like, with templates, that's usually for, like, modding games where you take something that's already in the game or something such as, and you mess around with it until you get the result you like.
Oh, you do a lot of that. What kind of games do you modify?
I usually modify Skyrim, which is pretty easy for me since on the computer, Steam has this creation kit, which is a template thing, kind of like the Elder Scrolls 3 construction set for Merwent. Except this you have to download free from a internet connected thing instead of a disk.
You do that a lot for Minecraft too.
Yeah, but Minecraft, the templates are already there. I just download the mods or create my own.
That's pretty cool. Let's see. So, tell me a little bit about what your plans are. I wonder what your plans are to obtain the skills necessary to become a graphics designer.
Well, I've been planning on going to a college named DigiPen, of which they do actually two things for studying, which is art and game design and programming. Because the art part, that is because art is a necessary skill for creating games. Because a lot in games, if you buy like limited or ultimate edition or something like that, it usually comes with the concept art, of which the concept art usually has to do a lot with, well, art.
Okay, I was just going to ask you, what exactly is the concept art? Okay, let's see, so what's so great about DigiPen?
Well, DigiPen is a great place. They have multiple activities. They got their own clubs. They got two particular activities that are yearly, where every Halloween, I think, is when there's this cosplay activity where everyone gets to dress up as their favorite gaming character.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. Did you get to find
There-
that out when you went to go visit?
Yes, there was also another activity they had yearly where you had two populations, your zombie population and the human population. And they got this room where they got Nerf guns, which is basically the arsenal. And depending on who slept and who is a zombie, the population count changes.
Oh, that sounds really cool. I think I'd want to be a zombie. Would you want to be a zombie?
No, I think I want to be the human.
Okay. That's right, you're a Walking Dead fan. Okay, so on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, how do you think that DigiPen fares compared to the other colleges that might have graphics design available to you?
Well, I find it to be a 9 out of 10 because other schools I find to be like a 5 or 6, because normal colleges and other colleges that have graphics design, they don't go too deep in it, and they don't usually put fun into it like DigiPen does.
Oh, okay.
Because with DigiPen, there's all sorts of things to it that are fun. Like, they allow for people to, basically you can create anything you want, while normal colleges and all that, they usually only make you do a particular thing and then, yeah.
Okay. So, let me summarize here. Okay. What we've talked about is the fact that you go to online school instead of brick and mortar location, and that you like that because it's more comfortable and quiet and less distracting. And we've talked about that you want to become a graphics designer and kind of what that means and what you've done thus far to become a graphics designer and what you like to play with. The college that you thought about going to and why you particularly desired that college over the other ones. Did I leave anything out? Did I miss anything?
No, not really.
Okay. I'd like to thank you for your time today, Jacob. Okay. Thank you.